So depending on what trap you're using, how your traps are set up, you may want to take a few things into consideration, a few modifications in order to improve the way they fire and improve their performance. And this is especially related to predator trapping or land trapping mainly. You know, if you're setting traps in the water, you know, a lot of times animals, raccoons, and aren't necessarily as concerned about stuff shifting under their feet as land animals are when they know that everything under their feet should be solid. So I would say, you know, if you look at a stock trap, you know, one thing to look at is the dog, and you can see if you look real closely, dog on a stock trap, you know, it may be a little bit rounded. It may have a little bit of a ridge on top or bottom of it. You know, it's not super smooth, and if you look at the notch on your pan, there's really a lot of room there for that pan to depress before the trap actually fires. That's a big notch. That's a lot of area. So one thing you might want to take into consideration, you may want to consider filing your dog at an angle and making sure there's no burr or anything on the top, just to make everything smooth. And also filing the notch on your pan really small. That way, filing it down that way, when that trap is set, that pan doesn't have to move very much before that trap's firing. You know, if that pan moves very much, if there's any creep or any downward movement in that pan before that trap fires, you're going to get animals that sense that, they're going to feel that and back off, and you're going to wind up educating them if you're not careful. And it's pretty straightforward to do that. All you need is a file, or really and truly a Dremel tool will make life a lot easier, but just take and file that dog down till it's got a good angle on it. And then, you know, the same with your pan. Just file that notch down. Like I said, a Dremel tool will make life a lot easier. You just want to make sure, especially with the notch, that you don't go too far. But if you do those two things, that'll really improve how your traps are firing, and should lead to increased catches.